Hello guys, and it looks like I'm back sooner than expected here. Literally about 30 minutes to an hour after I made the video on Tropical Depression Dolly. Tropical Depression 3E has formed in the Eastern Pacific here. This storm has 35-mile-per-hour winds. Minimal central pressure of 1,007 millibars. It is located 10.2 north, 132.9 west, and this movement is west at 6 knots or 7 miles an hour. Like, you know, it was only a matter of time before one of these systems got pulled the trigger on, and it just so happened that 93E was that candidate to become the tropical depression than the other four systems out there. Now, my thing is the area here, like this system right here, is going to be tropical depression 4E here within the next like day or so. But we're not here to talk about that right now. That'll be in the full main tropical update for the Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific side. Anyways, this is as I said, Tropical Depression 3E. We're going to look at the advisory package here. It is moving west. We're at 275 degrees. And with higher gusts, some strengthening is forecasted within the next 48 hours. And the depression is forecast to become a tropical storm late tonight or on tomorrow. The pressure is 1,007 millibars with this, and the next complete advisory is at 11 a.m. HST, which I assume is Hawaiian Standard Time. Since this is kind of getting close to the Central Pacific Time, which I see why they are doing it at Hawaiian Standard Time, because it's not that far away from the Pacific. Alright, let's move on here. We're going to look at the forecast discussion here. And it does forecast to become a tropical storm at 24 hours from now, and peak intensity is at 50 miles an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and bump that up to 55 miles per hour, because normally, you know, I'm usually 5 or 10 miles per hour lower or higher than the National Hurricane Center for most systems. So that's my prediction, is 55, and I'm going to stay with it. We're going to look at the forecast cone here. Yeah, bear with me. Let's try to load here. Now, as you can see, here's the big island of Hawaii right here. And luckily for you guys, it does look like it's going to take a sharp northwest turn here before going west again. Luckily for you guys in Hawaii, you guys can watch this at a safe distance. You guys had some pretty close calls in the last couple of years in a major storm with Lane not that long ago. So I'm sure you guys are keeping an eye on anything that remotely seems to come close that way. Here is the storm information here. I already went over this. Yeah, the winds are 35. Pressure 1,007, environmental pressure 1,010. Radius of circulation is 140 nautical miles. Radius of maximum winds is 50 nautical miles. And as you can see by some of these loops, it stays about a few hundred miles south of the Hawaiian Islands, which is good news there. So now we're going to take a look at the intensity guidance here. And as you can see, most of these models take it up to tropical, pretty modest tropical storm. About 45 knots or a little bit above, about 47 knots. So that's about 50 to 52 miles an hour. That's why I'm going ahead and saying 55 miles an hour. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens with this going forward. But I do believe it has a chance of becoming something good. And here is the visible satellite here, and as you can see here in the last few frames, that we had a constant blow up of thunderstorm activity around the center of circulation here. You get that's when you know this storm is getting healthy, is because you can see outflow coming from this side and banding around this side. So this storm is looking pretty nice. I don't know about it looking hurricane nice, but it's definitely a modest tropical storm looking nice here. And here is the GFS model, and this is the system we're watching right here. This is what is Tropical Depression 3 year. I'm gonna go through time here. 996 millibars is a modest tropical storm. That's why I'm putting it at a 55 miles per hour as well, just by the looks of that millibar pressure there. And it looks after 42 hours, it looks to be weakening on a weakening twin as we go forward through time. So yes, that is all for Tropical Depression 3E. I'll be back for a third time later on this evening. So have a nice day.